Do you have one of these? That means you have a battery pack. In an emergency, this will save your life. Welcome to Expedition Light Bulb. Alright, so this is an overview on our Goal Zero Ryobi system. I'm very passionate about this just because you guys already have these batteries laying around. These batteries, especially this one right here, is very versatile. I'm going to underestimate everything that I do here. I've had this battery for at least 8 years. It's probably more like 12. I've been abusing this battery. I know I'm not supposed to and I don't do it anymore. It probably holds a charge of like just 24 watts instead of 54 because I've been using it so much. I deplete this battery almost every day. That's why I'm a firm believer in this brand. With that being said, let us move on. The catalyst of our system here is this Goal Zero 400. This is the one that powers up everything from right to left. It has been with us since 2017. It hasn't broken on us. We have used it in a hot Texas sun and I've overheated it a couple of times, and we have brought it on our expeditions to Yellowstone and I froze it there, accidentally of course, and it's still kicking. It still holds around 94% battery capacity, and that's what I like about the Goal Zero, is it just tells you that, okay? Next is going to be your Yeti 150. And this is lead acid. And the reason why I like the lead acid is that you could just take out these 4 bolts, take this out, take off 2 terminals just like you do in a car, change the battery, put it back on, 4 screws, you should be good. So why do I have 2 of these? So I want to have 2 mini solar systems because if one breaks, guess what? I still have another one. So I don't have to just rely on one. If it's broken, if this breaks and I don't have that one, the whole system is down, especially if we're using this for emergency preparedness. Okay, this Goal Zero charges the 40 volt and the 18 volts. You have this if you're going to do your own lawn care. Okay, this is a humongous powerhouse. This right here is a 2.6 battery, and it's a small one. It's the smallest one they have. It's almost 200 watts. It's just sitting there. These are what I coin ghost batteries because guess what? They're just watching you and you're not using them. So we get back to this multi-charger here. This multi-charger charges one at a time. It turns green and you use them. So that way you can start using your accessories. If the power goes down for whatever reason, the first thing that you're going to do is power up your flashlight. Okay, you start finding the equipment that you need. So you'll find your lantern to light up the room, find out what's going on with the radio, or just to entertain yourself, calm everybody down. A fan buys you time, right? The fan is going to buy you time, cool you down. It's not more. If you need to dry something that's damp, if there was a flood or something, this fan is excellent. Now, this is the part where I'm so passionate about. The inverters, okay? So this is 150 watts inverter, and you could just use a battery pack, and guess what? Anything that fits in your wall fits in this, as long as it is 150 and below. Now, you have a humongous workhorse. This one's a 300 watt. This will power up most of your TVs and your refrigerators for a short time. This will, again, buy you time, okay? So what we're going to do next is we're going to tie this up together and how we actually use it. The reason why we actually came up with this is because sometimes these videos, they're kind of choppy. They'll show you this, but they never show you how they integrate it the whole way down. Alright, so let's tie all this together. You got your solar panel, you're collecting energy from the sun. You're going to get an 8mm MC4 adapter from Goal Zero to make your solar panel a lot cheaper. You're going to need this cable so that way you can reach outside. what you're going to do next is you're going to find the input side of this, and you're simply going to put it in there, and then if you're collecting sun, it turns blue. So now what I've already have done is all you gotta do is press this, and the inverter starts to charge these chargers. That's the hard part. That's the questions I had when I first started. Now the easy part is going to be, how do you use this? So you got the two inverters here. All you gotta do is turn this on. It's ready to go on, and there it is. I'm gonna take this, put it into the flashlight, and it's there. Now you can find whatever you need to if the power goes down. You're gonna take your 40 volt, and these ones are very good because these are only 5 watts. And again, what you're gonna do is turn it on, and this also turns on. The inverters have a green light on there. And that's it. Now you have light. Okay, so this demo here is what we typically do when the lights go out. So what we usually need to power is our phones, iPad, laptop, 2 lights, the 18 volt for our accessories, and then our power bank. So this gets really busy really quick. Most of the products now, some of the products now come with a USB port, so this is actually charging. This power bank it's a lot of power, so you can plug in 3 more USBs, so that way all of your technologies will be powered. Okay, so what happens when it rains? What happens during the night when you need power? So we decided to get an inverter. So the reason why we got an inverter is because it's quiet. Again, it's reliable. It sips gas compared to the generator. So we did have a generator. We're going to do a comparison on the noise on that. The reason why I decided to kind of put that to the side is because of the noise. As soon as you turn that on, it's like turning a generator on the RV park. You're like the most hated person. When a disaster, people are going to start coming to you. Of course, you're going to help your neighbor. You're going to give them power. And that's what we're going to do, is actually give it to our neighbor and say, hey, you guys use this. And then if they want to share, they can share. This one is quiet. Even when we're running this at full capacity, it's still pretty quiet. And then again, we're going to do that load test for you guys. So in the summertime, we're going to be powering up just one room for in case of an emergency. We're going to be running an 8,000 BTU window unit, and that keeps our room cool enough. Actually, it'll run it cold. So we're okay with that. And then in the wintertime, what we're going to be using is a radiant heater, and that radiant heater on low is going to be at 500 watts. On high, I think it's like 14 to 1400 watts. So it's basically, this will be able to power it. So we also did a load test for you guys. This will power up basically everything that I just showed you, plus that heater. We just didn't do the AC, but the AC takes a lot less power than the heater. Okay, so that's it for this episode, guys. We were going to make this into a 20-minute video, but we decided to cut it. And the reason why is we wanted you guys to take advantage of these sales that Ryobi is having right now. I just went out to give you guys an idea on what to get, and it's going to be this. So these batteries right here are 4 amps, and then this is that little inverter I'm completely in love with. This right here is $100, $99, and it's a very good price. I try to itemize these things for you conservatively, and I'll insert the picture above here. Just that 4 amp battery is $80, and that's just the battery. So you times that by 2, and then you have to get the charger. And it's kind of comparing apples to oranges, but this does come with a charger, and then this right here is around $60. So when we added it up, it was around $257. So this is a very, very good deal right now, and that's why we decided to end this episode. With that being said, guys, on the second episode, we're going to be doing load testing. We're going to be doing honorable mentions. We do not have all the lights that Ryobi has, and we don't have that humongous inverter, the 40-volt inverter. I was really looking into that, but I'll give you the pros and cons of why we did not get that. And I wanted to clear up something that I forgot to tell you guys too. On here, this does come with a light, and there's a lot of reviewers out there that's saying that this light is no good. To me, any light is good when there's an emergency. Okay, so I appreciate it that they have this on there, so that way you could just kind of find your way around. And I do recommend this. Just if per kid, you should have one per kid, so that way if they decide to do their alone time so they don't kill each other, I would hand them one of these. There is a con about this, even though I tell you I love it to death. I have 2 of these, as you can see. Even though it looks like a Z, it's a 2. We never intended to be on YouTube. On my first one, this will actually not work anymore, and other reviewers in YouTube have complained about that. I think I've overloaded it, and this USB port is very weak. And what I do to combat that is I just take another USB adapter and it will work. Okay. At the same time, this one is brand new. I actually got this for my anniversary. And this will work. My suggestion to you guys is just tape over one of the ports so it doesn't overtax it. It should be able to take it because that's 2.4 amps, but that's the con about it. So just to be transparent. So I'll see you guys on the next episode. Our parting notes are going to be, guys, there's a lot of hate out there. Please don't be a part of that. Just be part of the solution and just be kind to others. Thank you.